welcome back to a new free live tutorial for the turkey moving hat, a fan favorite for sure. Everyone loves the turkey hat and I am so excited. We're going to go through some of the pieces that are part of the moving hat for the turkey version. So I'm going to cover the eyes, the nose, that little bit of a piece right there. What is it called? A snoot? Sorry, I had to look that up for a second. It's called a snoot, the red part of it. And I'm going to show you the beginning of the feathers. I made them not look like feathers. I was trying to make it look easy so that they all kind of look even though a couple of them are moving. The rest of them are stuffed. But hey, you can modify it if you want it to be a little bit differently, right? If you want it to look actually like feathers, go for it. Or wings, I should say, right? And you can also make it different colors, whatever you like. We made it into fall colors because, you know, we usually eat turkey for the fall. So it's really fun and exciting to make this turkey hat. So are you guys ready? Remember to share if you want to get more prizes to be given away, because if we get more than 100 viewers while we're live, we're going to give away 3 prizes. Otherwise 2. All right. So we're also going to talk about the rest of the moving hats after the tutorial. Are you ready? All right. So I'm going to swoop around so you can see what I see, which is the turkey hat. So we're going to guide you through a couple of things. Okay. So the beanie or hat part of the moving hat is pretty much the same as the witch hat, which you have a video tutorial for. The only difference is there's no front loop or back loop here. It's just continuous. You're going to use the measurements in case you have a different, tension than I do. And then you have the extensions here on the bottom, which you can see is all done in brown. Besides the feeties, they're done in yellow. So the rest of it is pretty much the same. And we're going to guide you through this part of it. Catherine says, could you put movers in all the feathers? I don't know how you would do that. Let me show you. So this is the moving mechanism, right? So, and it has a big bulb here on the bottom that moves the air. So if I squeeze it, right, it moves the air up. So if you want to have them in all, then you're going to need more bulbs to put somewhere. So where are you going to put the bulbs? That's the problem, right? You can't like disconnect this and add more to it. It doesn't work like that. And you can't buy multiple of them, if that makes sense, like where they're hanging off. That would be cool. If they had one bulb with multiple hanging off, that would be amazing, but it doesn't exist. So what you could do instead is maybe connect them together with some kind of like fishing wire or something, you know, something that's clear. You could do that to kind of connect them to each other to make things move. But this is the moving mechanism. This is the plastic piece inside. And as you can see, it's removable, right? And then I just push it back in here between the 2 double crochet stitches, which is in row 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 5th one from the bottom. And then when I squeeze, it makes this guy go up. Now, I've gotten some questions in the last couple of days of how do you prevent this bend from happening? You just pull this here a little bit. You see how I'm pulling this down a little bit, and then it makes it move. Okay, obviously it's lying down right now, so it's having a hard time moving, right? But anyways, you're just going to pull this down just a tad, and that will allow you to remove the kink. Now, if you are still crocheting it and you notice there's a kink, well, then make sure that you make this piece longer before you start the increases and decrease section down here, right? And make it longer if you feel like, oh, my piece is longer than actually fits in there, then you got to make it longer. You can measure it and things, right? So you can lay it out before you start finishing this one on the bottom to make sure that the extension is long enough, okay? So let's get ready. I'm going to use gray for everything because, you know, white, black, etc. is a little bit hard to see. Red is also hard to see on camera. You can see you're gonna have a hard time seeing the stitches because red is super close to infrared, which makes it hard to see on camera because infrared is hard to be picked up by camera. Anyways, so we're gonna do everything in gray so you can see how it looks like, or better, how to do the stitches. Okay, so we're gonna get started with the eyes. They're all double crochet stitches. So obviously the black part of it is the same as as the white first round. The only difference is it's black and you stop after the first round, right? For the white, you're going to keep going. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we're going to do these two. And then the beginning part of one of the feathers, which are pretty much all done the same way. Beverly says she got the ebook. Yay! I can't do the confetti on this side, but let's do this. So if you remind me later again, I can cheer you on with confetti later again, Beverly. So just let me know later one more time when I switch back, when you see me in a big screen. Come on, little guy, move over. Okay, so let me zoom in so you can actually see it a little bit better. And then we're going to get started. Okay, is there another question before I get started? I think I got all of them. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started. We're going to start with a magic ring. Do I need to make it a hint darker? Maybe, is this better? I don't know. I want to make sure you guys can see it all. I think that's pretty good, right? Okay, so magic ring. So you pull this through. Then put your ring finger in, or some kind of finger. You want to create tension. That's the biggest problem in magic rings, by the way. A lot of crocheters have trouble with the magic ring because they don't have tension in it. They crochet like this and then it wiggles around and they don't understand why it's not working. You have to put tension inside the ring, otherwise it's not going to work. So put tension in there. Anyways, and we're going to start with an alternative turning chain because the pattern says any first double crochet stitch is made as an alternative turning chain. You can make it as a chain of 3, 2 and count it as a stitch if you like, but personally I like the alternative turning chain. So the way it's made, after you made a chain of 1, which does not count as a stitch, you're going to make a single crochet stitch and then you insert your hook into the loop that's closest to your yarn finger. I call it that way because for my lefties, little kind of in between here before I keep going, my lefties, please go to Chrome on a computer. I don't think it works on a tablet or a phone, but on a computer it does. Laptop, computer, either way. On a Chrome browser, go to Google and type in free Chrome extension and with the name Video Mirror, then install it. It's free. And then with that button, you're able to turn any video around. It flips the video around. You do not have to beg designers to make a lefty version. Just use the free extension. It turns all videos around for yourself, okay? Little side note for my lefties, so that way you have a better life. All right, so after you made your single crochet stitch, you insert your hook closest to your yarn finger, right? Pull up a loop. Do you see how I say yarn finger instead of left and right? Because if the lefties flip it, they have a hard time figuring out where to go. That's why I call it the yarn finger. Anyways, then you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through. Okay, now you have 2 stacked single crochet stitches on top of each other, which count as a double crochet stitch. It's known as the alternative turning chain. Now we're going to add 11 more double crochet stitches to the ring. So in case you didn't hear what I said earlier, this is for the eyes. Okay, so 11 double crochet stitches to the ring. So it's going to take me just a second here because 11 is a lot more than 6. Okay, we have, how many do we have so far? Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I count this right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Okay. Now 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And that counts the alternative turning chain. Okay, so 12 in total. All right, we have 51 people here today. If everyone shares once, just one time, we can probably get 100. If every single one of you hits the share button and shares to some kind of location, okay, and tells your crochet besties to join us, we get at least 1 extra person per person that's here. We're gonna get to 100. We can do it. Okay, now we're gonna do a slip stitch. Did I write it down? I don't think I wrote down slip stitch. I'm gonna fix that. So we have a slip stitch over here. Okay, I just noticed that I forgot to write down slip stitch. So I like to do the invisible slip stitch, but you can do others, okay? I will fix the slip stitch part of it. It's not mentioned, so I'm going to add that after. Anyways, so after you close that up and you're going to go to the next round, I do want to point out real quick that if you're making the black inner eye, meaning the pupil, whatever, you know what I mean. That part is black. You would stop at this point, right? Now for the white part of it, you're going to continue. There's 2 more rounds for that part. So again, you're going to start with an alternative turning chain. or stacked single crochet stitch, and we're going to add another double crochet in that exact same stitch. So remember, the stacked single crochet counts as a double crochet, so it counts as a stitch. So we have now 2 stitches here per stitch, and you're going to continue that. So 2 double crochet stitches per stitch all the way around. So you started out with 12 double crochet stitches, right? So you end up with 24 stitches by the end of this round. Remember, the stacked single crochet stitch counts as a double. So in case you didn't hear me say that, although I think I mentioned it like 5 times now. Am I boring you yet with that information? Anyways, okay, so we're going to do 2 double crochet stitches per stitch until the end. So obviously at that point you have 24 stitches for that round. So that's going to just take me a second to get there. You know, 2 double crochet stitches per stitch takes me just a moment. And I just lost my loop. Let's do that again. There we go. Are there any questions so far? As I said, the written pattern, I just noticed, doesn't say slip stitch. So I will be adding the slip stitch right after we're done. Okay, so by the time you're watching the replay, the PDF was updated. Okay, so let's keep going. We have here 1 more double crochet stitch, and now I'm going to make a slip stitch. So let me slow down on the slip stitch again. So I pull out the loop. I do the slip stitches differently because I prefer the invisible way, so you don't see that there's a slip stitch. It looks continuous. Do you see that over here? It looks very continuous. You don't actually know where it's starting unless you look very closely. So in order to do the slip stitch, you're going to go on top of the stacked single crochet stitch, which is the first stitch, okay? And after you pulled out that loop and you insert your hook from the back to the front, you're going to add that loop back to the hook, and then you're going to pull it back, right? And now you're going to continue on. Now technically it's not a real slip stitch, it's more of a relocation of the slip, like of the loop, but it functions as a slip stitch, if that makes sense. Okay, so now in the next round you're going to do 1 double crochet stitch, which the very first stitch is replaced as a stacked single crochet stitch, and then the second stitch is going to be 2 double crochet stitches. And now you're going to repeat that pattern. So 1 double crochet stitch and then 2 double crochet stitches in the following stitch. You're going to do this all the way around, and then you finish it up with a slip stitch, and then it's gonna look like this, obviously done in white, and then black would be the same thing as the center in here, just in black, right? But you stop after the first round. Then you're gonna sew that on. I like to add a little white line right there to make it a little bit more, you know, cutesy tootsy. And of course the white lines are on either side. You can put it kind of in the center, but then that means that the light shines right from the front. So I was trying to make it in a way where the light shines from one side, which would be the right side, you know, facing it. But the pupil part of it is kind of on the inside to make it cutie cute, right? Anyways, so that part is done. We're done with the eye part. Now let's hop over to the snout and the snoot. Snout and snoot, I guess. Beak. No, not snout. Beak. I don't know why I mix those up all the time. Okay, let's go to the beak. Then we do the snoot. And then we're going to finish with the feather / wings, whatever. Okay, so let me cut this because I don't want to rip it all out. So I'm just going to cut it so that we can continue on. Okay, so guy, move to the side, turkey. All right, it's time to crochet a gray part of you. Okay. The glint. Yes, Tracy, that's right. I don't know. For me, that's just like a little white line. I just like to call it white line, but if you want to call it a glint, that's fine. Okay, so what did I just say we're doing first? Oh yeah, we're doing the beak. Okay, so let's do the beak. So the beak is very easy, actually. We're going to start with a chain of 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so that's how it looks like so far. Now you're going to turn your chain around and you're going to work into the back bumps because it makes it look prettier. You don't have to, but it looks prettier that way. So start from the second chain from the hook, and you're going to crochet 1 single crochet per chain. As I said, I like to go into the back bump right there instead of back loop or a front loop because that way, let me show you, the top has V's, the bottom bottom has V's. It looks prettier, much prettier. Anyways, there's a question from Catherine. How many movers could you put in a hat? Could you put 4? I just mentioned, Catherine, I kind of answered your question earlier. Did you hear me say it? Maybe you had an internet connection issue. I answered your question earlier. I don't know where you would put the bulbs. They're quite large. I don't know where you would put them all. The extensions have to be quite large in order to make them all in there. And then they would also have to be in different, levels because the feathers are in different locations. So I don't know if I would do that. I would personally just add maybe some wire but to connect them all. So if one moves, all of them move kind of thing, connect 3 to 1 of them because there's 8 in total, right? So on each side, you would have 4 of them move by one of the air pumps. That's just my opinion, Catherine. I hope that makes sense. I don't think there's enough room to put all of the bulbs anywhere. Okay. Let's see. Tina says, I loathe the look of the regular slip stitch, so I tend to do the continuous rounds if I get away with it. Yes, but for double crochet, that makes it a little weird looking, if that makes sense. Unless you don't have to look at the center part of it, Tina, it may look weird for double crochet stitches, which is why I use the invisible way. And I highly recommend you try it out only for double crochet stitches, I would say, or anything bigger than that. I would say, yes, use the invisible slip stitch. Much easier that way. Okay, so let's go back to the beak for a second here. So after you made your first row, which after chain of 9, starting from the second chain from the hook, 1 single crochet per stitch means you have 8 stitches. Okay, so now the pattern says you're going to do 1 decrease. So the decreases are done the regular way, which means you're pulling up the loops of the first and second stitch. There's no chain of 1, by the way. I like to skip that, otherwise it creates extra bulk and you may miss it or add an extra stitch by accident. Okay, so once you have those 2 loops pulled up, yarn over and pull through, and that is your decrease. Now for the rest of the row, you're just going to crochet 1 single crochet per stitch. If you were here yesterday, I kind of talked about this one already. It's a very similar pattern, just a different chain count at the very beginning, and you can see it's extremely easy to crochet. Now, once you're done with this row, you're going to turn and you're going to repeat this row, which means you're going to do a decrease, regular single crochet decrease at the very beginning of the row, and then the rest of the stitches are just single crochet stitches, 1 stitch per stitch. And you're going to continue that pattern until you have only 2 stitches left, and then you're going to decrease over both, and that's it. That's the beak part of it all. Okay, now let's talk about the snoot part, which is the red part of it. Okay, so that one is also very easy, and there are 2 different ways on how to get started on that. And one way, and I mentioned that I'm not going to do both of them this time. I'm going to show you the harder version, but I'll talk you through the easier version. Okay, so if you watched me do the zebra, I highly recommend going back to that and checking that out because I showed 2 versions of making an oval. This is very similar to this, just we're making it much smaller. Okay, so the idea is that the way the written pattern is, it makes it look nice, don't get me wrong, but it has a little bit of gaps in between. I don't like it. So, but you can do it that way. So what you can do, and the pattern calls for a chain of 11, start from the second chain from the hook, you add 3 single crochet stitches the first stitch, then 1 single crochet stitch until you have 1 left, then 3 again, then you turn 180 degrees slightly, so you work on the opposite side of the chain and you do 1 single crochet per stitch until the end and slip stitch. Now that is the easy way, but I'm going to show you the more harder way because it looks prettier that way. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to have a longer yarn end or yarn tail, and you're going to make a slip knot. Okay, a little bit longer, so this is about maybe a little bit over a foot or so. You may not need that much, but just in case, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to have a slip stitch on your hook. You're going to wrap your yarn around it front to back, yarn over and pull through. That's your first stitch. Now yarn over front to back, yarn over, pull through. So the one you're wrapping is your yarn end, right? The tail. That's the one you're wrapping, and the one that you're pulling through is the one that is your running yarn, okay? And you're going to do this until you have 10 stitches, because this is the same thing as a chain of 11 starting from the second chain from the hook, right? So we're going to make this little I-cord. It's like a foundation I-cord. It makes your stitches look prettier when you go around that instead of the chain, okay? So let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. That's the amount that I need, okay? So now we're going to crochet around it again. I don't make any chain of ones or something. I'm just going to crochet right away around it, making it look pretty. So the very first stitch is going to have 3 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we're going to crochet 1 single crochet per stitch until we have 1 left. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, and that's what I'm doing right now. So if you have any questions whatsoever, this will be a great opportunity for you guys to ask me. So I'm currently working on the snoot, which technically is red, but I'm using gray because it's easier to see on camera. So in case anyone is confused about the gray part, you're like, Nikki, there's no gray on the turkey. Yes, you're right. But gray is easier to see on camera than red. So anyways, on the very last stitch right here, you're going to place 3 single crochet stitches. So 1 and 2, hang on, I split my yarn, 2 and 3. Now you're going to work on the opposite side of that foundation. Same thing as for the chain, just that this is a little tighter and therefore making it look prettier, right? So you're going to work on the opposite side. So literally turn 180 degrees, same thing as a chain. And you're going to crochet 1 single crochet per stitch until the end, okay? And then you're just going to make an invisible slip stitch and then you're done with it. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's go till the end. I have here, I think, 2 more stitches. Let me double check. Yep. So that means I have here 1 more stitch to go right here, if it lets me. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to make a slip stitch invisibly to the first stitch. So I'm going to pull out this yarn or the loop of the last stitch, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the very first stitch right here, and I'm going to add my loop back onto my hook, and I'm going to pull it back, okay? And now it's nicely connected, and we have a little tiny oval shape, okay? And that is going to be your snoot part of it. So when you're done with that, this is how it's going to be shown as the assembly. So what I like to do is I add the eyes first. So that's what I did here. I added the eyes first, and then I added the snoot kind of on the side, and you can see how the orange is on top of it, and then the beak is then on top of the snoot part. Okay, this is what I looked it up. So this is the snoot part. That's what it's called, and that's what I'm going with. I literally looked it up. What is the red thing called on a turkey? And it said snoot. So anyways, so that's what it's called. So once you're done with that, this is how it's gonna look like. Now let's go and talk about the feather parts of it. Okay, so that way you have that pattern as well. So move this to the side, and let's talk about the feathers or wings, however you want to call them. Okay, technically they're wings. You know, wings have feathers. You get what I'm saying, right? Okay, so okay, I have the pattern in front of me. Yes. Okay, so we're going to start with a magic ring, and we're going to add 6 single crochets to the ring. So that's what I'm going to do. So, but I make first a chain of 1 just to hold the magic ring in place. See, if I let it go, it stays in place. The the chain of 1 does not count as a stitch. We're now going to add 6 single crochets to the ring. So this will be 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's be clear, the feathers are done in different colors. They're going to be done either in 2 yellows, 2 red, 2 gray, 2 green, or 2 orange. I have 4 sets of 2, so that means 8 in total. Okay, so once you're done with that, you're going to add your stitch marker, and I like to use the yarn end. In case you don't, I would recommend you do. It's already there. You don't have to find another stitch marker. It's already hanging there. Okay, so anyways, then we go into the next round, which is 2 single crochet stitches per stitch all the way around. Okay, so now you're going from 6 single crochet stitches to 12 single crochet stitches. Okay, Karen, it's all good, all good. Catherine says the waddle. Maybe it's the waddle. I looked it up and Google said snoot. Who knows? Maybe it has 2 different names. Is it the waddle or is it the snoot? I don't know. I looked it up and it said snoot. Maybe you guys look it up. Maybe Google told me the wrong thing. Hey, Google can be wrong too. I don't know. It said snoot when I looked it up. Can someone look it up? Anyways, I just looked it up and it said snoot. But again, if it's wrong, if I'm wrong, I'm totally fine fixing that name. And I called waddle if you want me to call it that way. Okay, let's go to the next round while you guys figure that part out. All right, we're going to, where am I? Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. I had to look for a second. I don't have my pattern memorized. So now the next one is called 1 single crochet stitch. Then it's 2 single crochet stitches. Now let's do it again. 1 single, then 2 single crochet stitches. So an increase. So you guys say it's a waddle? Probably both, Catherine says. Maybe they're both the same name. I don't know. As I said, I just went with whatever Google said. But hey, if you guys call it a waddle, then it's called a waddle. Did I tell you guys that I'm foreign? So I don't know all the terms. I do live in America, but I don't know all the terms. Let's be clear. So I had to look that up too. All right. Waddle is what I got to from 3 different articles. Okay, well, then I'll change the name to waddle. Then we'll go with the waddle. I guess that part is the waddle now. I'm fine with that. All right, so once you finish the pattern, or this round, by the way, which let me remind you again since we were gotten sidetracked here. So round 3 is 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet stitches. So what it says after that is round 4, which is pretty much just 1 single crochet per stitch. You're going to continue that pattern until you have 4.5 inches, which for me was 20 rounds. So go with whichever one you want, okay? If you want to be a little smaller, a little bit bigger, I don't care, right? But that's the pattern, okay? So let's clear this up. So I guess everyone says this is the waddle, and I'm going to change that up. So you can see here I have, let me zoom that out because that's a little bit hard to see. There we go. Okay, so we have 1 red, 1 green, yellow, orange, and then the other ones one more time, just in different order, as you can see, right? And then I went here with green, red, yellow, and then orange. So the orange and the red down here have the piece in there. Let me take that out. So those are the pieces that have it in there. You can use some kind of fishing wire to connect, like maybe, 4 of them together. So when one of them moves, the rest of them move too. And then over here, I would do the same. If you want them to all move, I would connect them with some kind of wire. Towards the top, though. If it's towards the bottom, it's not going to do anything, okay? You would have to connect the top parts of it. So some kind of clear wire to connect the top parts together, and that will make it move back and forth, okay? Let's see. Tracy says the snoot is the snoot. It's the fleshy, dangly growth that hangs from the turkey's forehead and covers its beak. So is that now the snoot? Because it's right by the beak there. Oh, is it like on top of it? Maybe that's why Google got confused. Because I was like, okay, it's by the beak. All right, I'll just write down waddle. It's fine. Okay, let's see. Catherine says, I want to design one that flips the bird. Like the bird? Like the one on your hand? You do whatever you like. Mine has 8. Maybe you need 5 and just have the middle one move. Is that what you're aiming for? All right. Carol says the waddle is under the chin. The snoot is besides the beak. Oh, so I did it right. Did I do it right? So I was right. Carol says, okay, I'm going to show it off. This is what Carol says. Carol says the waddle is under the chin. Well, mine is next to the beak. So I was right. Was I right? Oh my goodness, I was right. Yay! Oh, I'm so happy. I don't have to fix that part. Okay, so the waddle would be, I guess your face is the waddle part. So I guess paint yourself red because that's underneath. All right. Was there another question? Let's see. Catherine says, I wonder if you got other hats you're designing using these movers. I'm sure you got me thinking of possibilities. I do, Catherine, and I'm about to show you all of them. I have 40 in total. I'm the only designer that does moving hats. So you may be up for a surprise in a second once you see all of them. Okay, so I will show them all of them to you. So no worries, we're going to go through one by one so you can see them all. Okay, are there any more questions? Okay, Beverly confirmed. Sagging skin under the neck is the waddle. Snoot is by the beak. So I did it right. Whoop, whoop. Proud of myself. Phew. Huh. Okay, I was thinking I messed something up there. All right. Well, this is the fun time when you're a foreigner, right? You just go with whatever Google says. Probably sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing. In this case, it's a good thing because it told me the right thing. Okay, so anyway, so that's how you put together the turkey, okay? Let me remind you again where I put the feathers / wings, right? So the ones that move, those are the ones on the bottom, okay? That's how I designed it. Again, you can make it other ones. So I added here round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In round 5, that's between 2 double crochet stitches. So here I took it out so you can see it's between 2 double crochet. Oh, no, you can't see because it's too dark. Let me do it a little bit lighter. There we go. Okay, between 2 double crochet stitches right here, okay? Like literally I just squeezed it through. And here's the important part about the beak, about the wings, okay? Very important, okay? You need to sew it on in an oval shape, so like this. Okay, so go around it like this in an oval shape, sew it on. If you sew it on squeezed, like flat, like lines, like two-dimensional. If you sew it on two-dimensional, it'll not move very well. In fact, these guys are going to flop down if you do that. If you want them to stand up, you make it in an oval shape, a little bit wider, okay? That gives it stability. You don't want to push them together and make it into a line, okay? Don't have lines. Sew it on in an oval. Can you see that? It's in an oval shape around it, okay? And these are, you know, stuffed too. You could put some wire in it. Make sure it's removable wire though, and something that doesn't poke you. So if you want them to stand up a little bit, you know, sturdier, you can put some wire in it, maybe pipe cleaner. It doesn't hurt so much, right? Just make sure it's removable. These pieces are removable, so if you need to wash it, you can. There's polyfill inside in these ones, so keep that in mind, but this would be good, okay? So now let's go to the other hats that we have, okay? So this is the turkey hat right here, moving, of course, just like I showed you. Now let's go to all the other hats I have in this collection, because this collection right here is on sale, okay? I don't know why this is moved over. It's got to be over there. Okay, so let me pop the link into the comments real quick in case you don't want to type anything up. Happy to do that. Put the link in the comments right now. So this is the link right here. So you can grab, this is volume 3. There were a few of you guys who got confused a little bit about volume 1, 2, and 3. I go through all of them so you can see that, okay? Volume 3 is our brand new version, our brand new volume, and that is the one on sale, okay? Some of you guys thought volume 2 is on sale. No, it's volume 3 is on sale. You can get volume 2 on sale if you get it at the same time, yes, but not separately. If you're getting it separately, it's not on sale. But if you get it through this link right here, it will show up volume 2 as a sale too, okay? So anyways, there is the deadline, which is tomorrow, September 24th, okay? You can save $15 with that coupon code and with the link I just popped in the comments. So anyways, the witch hat is the one we made for the mystery crochet along. Came with 3 video tutorials. This is the only one that is free to view on my website in terms of volume 3. Okay, volume 3. There was some discussion on, oh yeah, I found the other hats on Etsy. No, you found a few hats that I added on Etsy from volume 1 and 2. Yes. Volume 3? No, there's only one pattern out of volume 3 that is available free to view, and that is currently the witch hat as of making this video. Okay, so just that there's no confusion on this part of it. Okay, okay? But I just love this so much. Look at how the arms are moving. It's kind of waving, kind of, it's so cute. You could put a little wand on there if you wanted to. I was thinking that originally, but I didn't want to, have too clunkiness, right? So one of them is the broom. You can totally add a wand if you want to. It's fine with me. All right. Let's go to the next one. This one is the zebra. We talked about that a couple of days ago. So we went through the pieces for the zebra. Look how cute the zebra is with its moving ears. Oh, I love it so much. It looks very realistic to a zebra, in my opinion. Just like the horse, which I'm going to show you later. So yeah, we finally have a zebra. Someone was requesting a zebra last year. So ta-da! Zebra's done. Okay. Then we have also this guy, which we just did. So you can see how it stands up, right? Because of the polyfill inside, and you see the bottom move. So again, if you want all of it to move, you need to connect them in some kind of way, but this is how I designed them, right? This turkey hat is very, very popular. Okay, let's go to the next one. I see a question here. Let's see. I just noticed Witchy Boo has a broom. Yes, it does have a broom. Patty says, so you don't sew the ear flaps on the hat all the way around. What do you mean by that, Patty? Yes, you sew it all the way around, but the air pumps are on the center of it. You don't want to poke through the air pumps, and you want to be able to take the air pumps out. Is that what you're asking? So for example, if you're looking at the sheep hat right here, right, the ears are sewn on after I put the air pump in, just so I have a guide where to put the ears, right? And then I sewed it on in an oval shape like this. I sewed it onto the hat. So that's what I did. Is that what you're asking? Yes, I sewed it on. Yes, all the way around in an oval shape. So for this one would be the sheep, which is really snuggly, and it has bobble stitches around with some double crochet stitches, of course, and it's very cuddly and cozy, and I love it. The sheep is so fun. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one is the scarecrow, another fan favorite, which was actually inspired by my own pattern, which was an amigurumi pattern I made, and this one was a scarecrow that I had made for the crochet club. Actually, I have it right here as a picture. I can show you. I just realized that I have a picture right next to me, so might as well show it to you. Look, this is the scarecrow I originally designed for the crochet club, which was my membership. So I used this pattern as an inspiration to make that pattern. Do you see? It's similar, right? With the orange, with the pans, with the patches, the feet, or the shoes are brown, right? With the yellow parts for the straw. Do you see? Very similar. Not the same, of course, right? Because obviously this is an amigurumi and that one is a hat. Now I could have added the little, crow on it, but I didn't want the crow to bounce around because crow would be flying away. So I kind of just went with it that way, if that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, scarecrow done. I love the scarecrow. It's so cute. It's adorable. Okay. Let's go to the next one. This one is one of my favorites. It's a robot. Yes, the levers are moving, so it looks like the robot is moving. It's adorable. It's cute. And it has, the lines at the front that it's actually thinking, doing something. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Rebecca has a question. It looks like we can space each feather with one row between each one. Yeah, that's about how I have it. I think there's about one row in between. Yeah, roughly. I would say like a single crochet space is in between. Yes, roughly. Lori's saying, are these available in the crochet club? Only the witch hat is. Only the witch hat. All the other patterns I'm showing you are currently only available in the ebook. But the Crochet Club has a coupon code. So in case you missed that one, you can use the Crochet Club coupon code, but it's only $10 off. But the rest of them are not in the Crochet Club. Only the ones in the ebook. So the ebook, it has all of it in there, if that makes sense. Let's see. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So this is the robot, and we also have the one-eyed monster, which some of you guys say was inspired by the movie Monsters, Inc. It wasn't actually. I just picked a pretty green color. We added a big fat eye in the front and added some ears. So that it looks similar, maybe, but it wasn't inspired by it. I don't touch trademark, okay? It's literally a green hat with an eye on it. And moving ears. And I don't don't even, you know what? I don't even think the one from Monsters Inc. has ears. I don't think it has ears, as far as I know. Mine does, because something has had to move. The eye's not the one's going to move. Let's see. Blair says, when you sew the ears on, how do you get the pipe to blow up to do the chain and make a hole in a... No, and the pump is inside here, right? And then you just squeeze this and it makes the pump move. So, Blair, if you just crochet it, you will see how it all fits together. Trust me. It'll move once you put the air pump inside. As long as you don't poke the air pump, you don't want to poke it. Don't make a hole in there. Then it's not going to work anymore, okay? Don't attach it to the air pump. The air pump needs to be able to be taken out. It's just laying in there. It's just hanging in there, if that makes sense, right? You could like maybe attach it with a yarn if you're worried about it falling out or something. Yes, you can. But the idea is to be able to take out the air pump and so that you can wash your project. Dawn says putting the lights on the hats would be fun. Yes, you can totally do that. Go for it. Add some lights to it. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one is the ladybug. Whoop! Look at the antenna move around. It is so cute and adorable. I put the little dots all the way around, which is 10 of them in total, so 5 on each side. And with some surface crochet, you made like this pretty line all the way back. The cute little eyes down the front, and then the antenna is moving instead of, you know, ears or arms or something, or the wings, right? It would have been too much. The wings would have been too big. It would have been also too warm. And yeah, I didn't want to do that. So I was like, you know what? I think the antenna would be great because it's got to, you know, it's got to find where it's going and stuff. It's really, really fun. All right. So let's go to the next one. The next one is also a very, very fan favorite. Oh my gosh, the horsey. The horsey looks like a horsey, right? I mean, the only thing I didn't do is add hair on the back, but if you want to add hair on the back with some yarn, then yes. Let's see. We need a Dumbo octopus. I was thinking about an octopus. I didn't do an octopus because again, then it came back to which one is the one moving, right? So it was similar to the turkey. I was like, let's try the turkey first. It doesn't have long tentacles. Should be okay. Let's see. I'm talking about where to put the top part. How do you put it in the ears? You just push it through. I showed it earlier. Blair, you might want to go back to the video and do a replay. I showed earlier. I just pushed it through. I pushed it through 2 double crochet stitches. Literally just pushed it through. Check it out by doing the replay later and then you can see it. You just push it through 2 double crochet stitches. That's all. Okay. Let's go to the next one. This one is a sharky. All right. This one was inspired by a dolphin I already had. And I pretty much used some of the items, which was very similar. And, you know, some eyes up front, some teeth. I mean, obviously mine doesn't look super scary. You could also add the eyes a little bit bigger if you wanted to. You couldn't totally go for it. I don't have anything at the top there, by the way. It just stands up nicely because I sewed it on in an oval shape. There's no polyfill on the inside on the top there. Okay. It's really cute. Adorable. I love the little sharky. All right, let's go to the next one. This one is the fox. We talked about the fox yesterday. I went through all the different pieces in terms of the fox. So if you missed it, go watch the replay for the fox. Don't do it now, but you know, when you're done with this video, you can check out the fox. It's really, really fun. We made the snoot or the snout, excuse me, the snout there in the front, and the eyebrows, which are not really eyebrows. I'm just trying to shape the eyes a little bit with 3D dimension here, right? And then the cute little ears there. It's adorable. Tina, girl, I do. Just give me a second. I will show it to you. I do. Then we have the ducky, which is super duper cute. Isn't the ducky cute? The little mouth there in the front with the flying wings, the little teeny tiny hair at the top. It's so cute. It's adorable. I love the ducky. The ducky was inspired by a chick that I already had, which I'll show you later. Yeah, this one is just so cute. I just had to have a ducky because someone was asking me about a ducky. So I was like, yes, I'll make a ducky. It's so cute and adorable. All right. Then we have the dino. Someone's asking for a dino. Here we go. This one was inspired by T-Rex with its little tiny arms trying to fight its way through the world and apparently being meanish, right? Because T-Rex are bad dinosaurs. We're bad dinosaurs. Anyways, but this one is not. This one is cute and adorable and it's having fun, right? It's a baby one and the baby ones are nice, right? At least for me. Now, you could turn this into a dragon if you wanted to change the arms into wings. Then ta-da, you have a dragon. Okay, but for me, it's a dino, right? It's a cute dino. It has the little, you know, what is it called? The little things there on the top going all the way back. It's adorable. It's cute. Tina, do you like it? You wanted a dino. Here you go. And we have a dino. Okay. And then we have a bee. And a bee has a stinger on the back because my son said it has to have a stinger. Bees have stingers. He doesn't like that some of the amigurumis don't have stingers. Mine does now. From now on, I make stingers. Okay. I add stingers to the back because bees have stingers. I know that technically the lines are in a different direction, but it was much easier this way, and I was trying to make it easy peasy, right? We don't want to have a hat that looks so funky, but yeah, mine is a bee, and it has the eyes in the front, and the wings are the ones moving. It's so adorable. All right, and then we have a glow-in-the-dark alien. I'm gonna force my hubby probably to wear this one for Halloween. Put like a flashlight on it to light it all up. Light up the baby, okay? And then open the door when the kids are coming. Trick or treat! And then you have the ears moving, and then the whole thing glows up. It's adorable. I love it. Look at that one. The alien is really cute looking. I love it. Okay, you want to see all of them together. So these are all 15 in volume 3. All 15 are in this collection right here. Moving Creature Hats Made Easy, volume 3. Let me show you volume 2, just to not get any confusion. This is volume 2, which you can get on sale at the same time as you purchase volume 3. It's the only way currently how to get it on sale, okay? So if you want to get this one on top of that one, and you can, both of them on sale with that coupon code up there, you can get both on sale at the same time, but only through this transaction. Like, it has to be volume 3 with volume 2 at the same time. If you purchase volume 2 separately, it's not on sale. There's no coupon code for that, okay? So this is volume 2 with 15 additional patterns you can purchase as well, with a bat, with a chick, a cow, a dolphin, a frog, a elephant that also has a bendable trunk, by the way, and the ears are the ones moving. We have a panda and a bear. We have a pig. We have a reindeer. By the way, the nose, the red part is blinking. It has blinking eye, blinking light in there. Okay. And then we have a seal, a koala, a tiger, a wolf, and a unicorn. Yes. And then we also have volume 1, which is completely separate. This was our very first version of the moving hats, which went viral 2 years ago. So we have the Santa, the one where you squeeze the beard and then the hat grows up. We have a skeleton, a snowman, an owl, a penguin, very popular penguin, a doggy, a cat, a elf, where the ears are the ones moving, right? And we have a jack-o'-lantern, and of course we have a bunny. Okay, so that is volume 1. Okay, then volume 2, and then we have volume 3. In total, that is 40 patterns. So if you have all 3 volumes, you have 40 moving hats. So yes, aren't they so amazing? Oh, I love them so much. They're kind of gone viral. Everyone loves them. Everyone's getting the patterns and starting to crochet them. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm going to start seeing a lot of moving hats around. Oh, it's the time of the year for moving hats. It's perfect for Halloween. It's perfect for gifts for the holiday season. Someone actually made the penguin hat for an entire classroom for Christmas and gave it as a gift. Oh, they love them. It was like 20 something kids, 25 maybe. They love them so much. Michelle says, is there a replay for TCC earlier? Yes, always is, Michelle. Always is. You can always email me if you have a question, Michelle, in terms of TCC. But yes, if you got the TCC email, which is the Crochet Club, you can just, go into the email. There's a link right there. And yes, the replay is available. Yes, yes, yes. Catherine says, so creative. Thank you. Kathy says, I love them all. Yay. And Patty says that she got volume 1 and 2 last year and 3 yesterday. Woohoo! I am so happy happy for you. Well, now you have all 40 now. You're good to go, girl. So happy for you. All right. Now, let me remind you a couple of things that are very important about this ebook, which I haven't really emphasized yet, and I really want to emphasize. It's very important, okay? So this ebook is very special. It's not like any other ebook out there, okay? It's the same as similar to mine in terms of that I have clickable buttons and links, making it very user-friendly and easy to access. Think of it like a learning program, like an app, okay? So the table of content is clickable. It's not just a PDF, it's clickable. You can tap and jump to the content, right? And then you also have the links, which are bluish. Anything you see blue is clickable. So I always get so many questions about where do I find it? You just said air pumps. You just have to click, girl. Just tap and jump. It will take you right to it. So you don't have to search for anything. No searching. I'm saving you time here, and time is money, right? We all want to save some time here and there. Everything is crazy out in the world. We need time, right? So here I'm saving you time. All you have to do is tap and jump, and therefore you know exactly what I used, okay? So Nana got the newest version. Yay! I'm so happy for you. You're gonna love it. I'm really excited for them, for you. Let's see. She has a question. Where do I purchase the inserts? Well, Nana, now that you have the ebook, you want to click any of the blue buttons, okay? When you open the PDF, okay, so download it, open it with a PDF reader. Anything that's blue is clickable. In fact, I even added the links before you download it. Like right below the download section, you will see very boldly, here's where you can get it, okay? So the inserts are very affordable on Amazon. I literally just added all the links so you don't have to search it, because you might not know what it's called, right? So I added all of it for you. I did the work for you, making it super easy peasy, okay? So all you have to do is tap and jump, okay? Let's see. Nana, you don't need the name. All good. You have it already. You have the PDF now. All you got to do is open it. Nana, would you do me that favor? And if you have any problems with that, you just email me, okay? And I'll take care of you. And Beverly wants to be celebrated. Of course! Here you go! Beverly got them too! Woohoo! I am so happy for you. I said I would celebrate you, of course. Nessa, thank you so much. Your kindness and enthusiasm. You're welcome, girl! Go check it out. I'm so happy you got it. Anyways, you also have video tutorials that are clickable, right? You have video tutorials included. There's more than 9 video tutorials included in this ebook. So anything you see blue, tap it. That's either a video link or material list. Tap and jump, okay? And then for the purple button up there, once you tap that, you jump right back to the table of content, okay? So let me show you how that looks like in reality. So first of all, in case I didn't mention it, you can print this guy out. Ooh, I put the glare on the top. Hang on a second. Whoops. There we go. Okay, you can print it out. It's ad-free and printable. So if you want, you just print it out, okay? So let me show you on my iPad how that looks like if you wish to see how the jumping works, okay? So hang on, my iPad takes a second to load. There it is. Okay, so this is my iPad, as you can see right here. Okay, so what you need to do is once you open it up in some kind of PDF reader, this is in iBooks on my tablet, okay? And then you can just tap and jump. So for example, if I tap here, moving mechanism, right? Ta-da! There's the link too, and all the information about the air pumps, okay? So you know how they look like and all the stuff, right? They typically come a set of 20, so that means you can make 10 hats for 20, right? Because each hat has 2 of them, right? So they very often come as a set of 20. There are a few of them where it's a set of 4 or something. I personally think if you get a set of 20, you save more. There are 15 patterns in here though, so if you want to make all of them, you may need 2 sets of something, okay? Or you know, if you just make 14 or something, I don't know, you can figure it out, do the math for yourself, whatever works. But anyways, there's a link that has a bunch of different Amazon stores that are selling them at different prices. It really depends where you live. live. It's all about the location, I guess, because I've seen some of you guys get it for like a set of 20 of them for $10, which is very affordable. And then some of them have to pay $18. I've seen some of them pay $13, right? It really depends on where you live, how far away it is. So yeah, it's Amazon. And then of course I added some links into below the download section. There's links for UK and Canada, and I think Germany too. So I found a few of them over there as well. So if you need that as well, you can. Okay. Let's see. Nana says, so if we want to, we could add more than 2 per hat. Maybe, but I don't know where you would put them, right? Because the extension, there's enough room for 1. I don't know, where would you put the extension? You would, I mean, it would be clunky down here. And I don't know, let's be clear. If you add more than 1 air pump, right? This is the air pump. This is the bobble. Do you see that air bag right there? This is right here. You only have 2 hands. If you add more than 2, how are you going to squeeze it? I mean, seriously, let me know. Do you have more than 2 arms? If you do, how do I get more arms? Because I need more arms in order to crochet faster. So if you have more than 2 arms, please tell me, because I may have missed something, because I want to be able to crochet more. So maybe if I have more than 2 arms, maybe I can do it. But seriously, if you add more than 2 air pumps, there's no way you can squeeze them all. Like, how are you going to do that? You only have 2 hands. You need someone else to squeeze it then. Anyways. Patty says, what's the best yarn to make for the hats? Personally, acrylic yarn, and again, I have everything linked. So Patty, let me show ya. Okay, so if I go back to the table of content, right, I click the main menu button. So let's go to, we just did the turkey, so let's tap on the turkey, right? So you see here for the turkey, we use Brava yarn for that, right? And that's clickable. You tap that blue link right there, which says We Crochet Brava yarn, and it will take you over to the yarn, and you can purchase it there. It's actually extremely affordable. Brava is one of the best yarns out there in terms of price to quality. Okay, like price quality comparison. Love that yarn. There's a few others I love too. This one is great. Definitely a great product. This entire hat here, the turkey hat, is made with Brava yarn. Love it. Anything that's blue is clickable. Okay, and you will see that there's actually a new link down there. When you download it, I'm going to update it to make sure that there's a link down there for the turkey link for today, right, for the video. So that way everything is there. And you can see the font size is very large font size. Okay, it's size 14, easy to read. This is letter size right here, so you can see everything very easily. And when you're ready, you can tap main menu. If you want to jump back, tap it and jump back to the table of contents. So you see everything is clickable that needs to be clickable to make it user-friendly and easy to access. Isn't that amazing? And so if you love all those features, then you probably also love all those hats. So if you love both of that together, the features in the ebook as well as the hats, it's a win-win. Go grab it, because you also have another feature. You have the coupon code up there. So go grab it so you can save $15 by tomorrow, which is the 24th of September 2025. Okay, that's currently our sale. So let me know if you're going to get the ebook. We'd love to know. All right, let's see. Hi Janet, I finally figured out how to get to you. I'm not old and I'm old, not techie. I'm saying you're not old. Okay, see, I said it right. You're not old. It's okay to not be techie. It's fine. Look, you made it. You're good. You made it. Woohoo! You made it. I am so happy for you. All right. Are there any more questions about the hats so far? I'm really excited. Oh, Rebecca has a nice comment. Oh, that's sweet. You're awesome. Love your patterns and tutorials. Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate you, girl. Let's see. Wow, is there anything you haven't thought of? Yeah, I know, right? I really try to listen. No, seriously. I try to listen to all your guys' comments. So whatever you guys say, it's like, can you add this? Can you add that? Every time I got a question, or better, a recommendation or suggestion about a feature, I added it. You should have seen the ebooks I had at the way beginning. Nothing was clickable at the very beginning. So every time I had a new ebook, I got suggestions. So I added more and more features to it to make it the most user-friendly ebooks out there, because I want you to feel like it's an app, right? So you can literally open it up and enjoy the process of the patterns, because you don't want to get distracted with the world. You know, don't get distracted. Like, focus on your crochet, so that way you don't go down the rabbit hole. You're good, right? All right, go down the yarn rabbit hole maybe and crochet through it. All right, now that we talked a lot about these patterns, I do want to now go into the prices. But before we do, just want to remind everyone, I have one more live tutorial for tomorrow. I'm going to teach one more of the moving hats tomorrow. One more. And we're going to give away prizes too, because it's the last day, right? So make sure you join us on the very last day, Wednesday, September 24th, 2025 at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And it's going to be on YouTube. If you're on my newsletter, I will send you a link to it. Okay, it'll be a public link, so you can even find it if you just hop over to my YouTube channel tomorrow. So come back tomorrow in case you don't win today, or simply because you want to learn how to make one of the hats, right? So come back to it tomorrow. So we have one more live about the moving hats. So now it's time for some prices. Okay, so we unfortunately didn't reach 100 viewers, but maybe tomorrow we will. And then we have 3 prizes to give away. Okay. So let's go through some of the prices. Where did the price thing go? Where'd it go? Hang on. Did I click the button? Where is it? Ooh, hang on. It's an arrow. Let's try again. Let's refresh it. There it is. Sometimes it needs a little kick in the booty. Okay, let's do this. So these are the prices you have a chance to win, okay? $10, $20, or $30 Ravelry coupon code, 5 or 10 PDF patterns of your choice from our Ravelry store. You can also win $10, $15, or $20 off an ebook. I have 35 different ebooks, all crochet. And you also have a chance to win a free ebook. Now, the last thing is the free yarn box. The free yarn box is only for those in the US. So if you win, you're one of the winners and you land on it, you're not in the US, you would get a free ebook instead. It's the same value, just, you know, one is digital, one is not. So let's see. Lori says, isn't that today? Is today the 24th? No, today's the 23rd, according to my calendar. What calendar do you have? Are you already on the 24th? Hey, if you're on the other side of the world, you might be. Yeah, that might be right. If you're on the other side of the world, you might already be on the 24th. But for me, it is currently 3 p.m. Pacific time on the 23rd. And my calendars, all of them say 23rd. Lori, check your calendar. Are you in Australia? Maybe then that might be right. All right, let's see. I'm just checking if there was anything else. Okay, so let me show you what the yarn box looks like, so that way you have an idea of what we inside the yarn box. So typically, I only send out these boxes at a special time of the year for those who join as a new The Crochet Club member, annual member, and live in the US. Those are the ones at a special time of the year, not all times, okay? Then they have a chance to get one of these boxes. It would be either the drawstring bag or the pouch. It's like one or the other. It's going to be a mystery. All of these boxes are kind of mystery. You don't know what you're getting, okay? It's fun stuff though. So we are going to have in there like a little paper. Currently, it talks a little bit about the Hirschner's yarn. We have a business card. We have a pair of scissors in there. We also have a hook in there. And that will be a random size. You don't know what you're getting, okay? Then we have a pin that says, I'm a member of the Crochet Club. You would get that even if you're not, but maybe it encourages you to join us. Some stickers, of course. Then we have a measuring tape, which is also a keychain. Very popular, that one. And then we also have some, let's see, some stitch markers. And of course, we also have this, which is like one or the other. It's going to be either a magnet or a keychain that also says the Crochet Club on it. And then we have a tapestry needle and some mystery yarn. So that is what's inside one of these boxes, at least one of them, right? So each one looks slightly different from the other. All right, let's see. Kathy says she is. All right. Tina said, what have I missed? My dog insists on a walk. You're perfect on timing. We're doing quiz questions now. All right, so let's do this. So if you won recently, please don't answer. Okay, if you won within last month or so, don't answer. Otherwise, answer one time per question, not multiple times. You're disqualified if you do, okay? One time per question, and I will pick a random winner to win. Here's the question for you. What pattern did we crochet at the beginning of this video? It's time for you to typey type typey. Go type up your answers. In the meantime, I'm going to show off some reviews I showed in the last couple of days from some crocheters who got volume 2 last year. This is what they said about volume 2, which again, it's just same types of patterns, just different animals / creatures, right? So Nana says, I'm excited about making these hats for my little cousins. They're going to love them. What an excellent crochet creator you are. Thank you. Saw some of the other items you have designed and you are so special. Ooh, thank you so much. And then Elizabeth says, I love this ebook. Can't wait to start crocheting. My grandkids will flip for these. Thank you so much. You are welcome. And let's do Lori one more time because Lori is funny. Oh my gosh, you got to see this one. She says, I'm enjoying the ebook. Brilliant ideas. I'm making a hat for all my grandkids, all of our grandkids, so they can put a smile on her great grandson's 9-month-old face. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh, they would all be laughing. That would be so fun. Can you imagine doing that with these hats? Oh, the fun times you can have. Okay, so now that I talked enough, let's find our winner. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to cover my eyes. Mouse is in the right position. So here we go. So we're scrolling up and down and let's find a winner. I'm gonna stop. How about I'm gonna stop right here. We have Vicky Louder. Hopefully you said that right. I'm just gonna go with Vicky. Congratulations, Vicky! Woohoo! I am so happy for you, Vicky. Okay, let's see what the spinning wheel says that you're going to win. Spinning wheel says you won. Where is it stopping? There we go. $10 off Rally coupon code. Woohoo! I am so happy for you, Vicky. You're going to be able to get some patterns with that. Make sure you email me later. Stay here because I'm going to show my email address later so that way you know how to get in contact with me and take a screenshot of your winning so where your name is displayed so I can find it, okay? And just pretty much know that you actually are the winner. Okay, that's your confirmation. Take a screenshot of your me showing off your face and your name, I meant. Okay, so let's go to question number 2. Question number 2. Remember, we have one more tomorrow. Come back for that if you want to have another chance to win. Okay, so question number 2 is how many patterns and videos are in this ebook, volume 3. So I'm looking for 2 numbers here, okay? How many patterns and how many videos? I'm looking for 2 numbers. They both have to be correct. It's not a hard question. I mentioned it a few times, okay? I don't even know this answer. Okay, how many patterns and how many videos are in the ebook? Let's see if you remember. I know the pattern part will be easy. The question is, did you hear what I said about the videos? Woo! Let's see if you heard about that one. I need to take a sip of water here for a second. All right, and I'm going to read how about one more comment here from that review that I showed earlier. Well, actually, let's do the last 2. Denise says, what a great idea. Love these. Can't wait to make them for my grandchildren. Thank you. You're welcome, Denise. And then Marla says, I haven't really read through it and watched the videos yet, but I want to print it off so I can have a visual crochet along with the videos I'm crocheting. So at the same time, she can watch it and read it. Yay! That's the way to go. The hats are all cute. Can't wait to get the pumps, so we'll start on the hat patterns as soon as I can print them off. You're the best. So creative. You're welcome. I'm so excited for you, Marla. All right, by the way, you can leave a review at any time once you go into the section and then download it. Right underneath there's a box that says, do you want to leave a review? You can leave a review right there and I can show you off just like everyone else. All right, looks like everyone knows the answer. You guys listened. Woohoo! I'm so happy you guys listened. Okay, let's remove this and let's show our winner. Make sure you don't go away after, okay? Stay here. All right. So, mouse is in the right position. Here we go. If you already won recently, please don't answer. Everyone else, you have a chance to win. Okay, only answer 1 time per question, please. Okay, I'm going to stop. How about we're going to stop right here? We have Patty. Yes, the answer is correct. The answer is 15 patterns and at least 9 video tutorials. Yay, Patty! I am so happy for you. Congratulations. Okay, let's see what the spinny wheel says that you won. Spinny wheel, what did Patty win? It looks like a $20 Ferrari coupon code. Woohoo! Congratulations, Patty. All right, let me show you how all my winners need to get in contact with me, okay? So that way you know how to get your winning prize. Here's my email address. So make sure you email me, ideally with a screenshot. That would be even better because that way I don't have to go back to my video to confirm you are the winner, okay? I need in the subject line, winner of the prize and the date of today. Whenever you won. When you won, W-O-N, when you won, that's the date I need, okay? So today's day is September 23rd. Put that in there, okay? Winner of the prize and the date, put that in the subject line. Ideally, put a screenshot of you showing off that you won, okay, with the prize, and then send it over and send it to this email address, okay? Nicole@nickishomemade.crafts.com. There's an S right there. Nicky's is N-I-C-K-I-S, okay? Send me email. The other one would be support@nickishomemade.crafts.com. Either way, just send me one email. Don't duplicate, okay? This makes customer service harder because then I don't know if I already gave you one, okay? Please always email just one time per 24 hours. Don't email immediately after again. Please, that makes it really hard to follow along and I don't know which one you're talking about. Okay, so email me if you are a winner or if you have a question about any of these moving hats, whether it's volume 1, 2, or 3. This is volume 3. And let me remind you again that this volume comes with clickable buttons, table of content, main menu button, videos, and materials are all clickable. They are large font, easy to read, ad-free, printer-friendly, and you have everything you need in one PDF, so really easy, user-friendly, like an app, like a learning program. 15 patterns, more than 9 video tutorials, and this is volume 3 right here. You can get volume 2 at the same time as a deal, but you have to get them at the same time. Otherwise, there's no deal, right? You can get it separately, but again, then you don't have a deal. So this is volume 2 right here, and then this would be volume 1 in case anyone is curious about that. But right now, volume 3 is our brand new version. I would love to see you back here tomorrow. So come back here tomorrow. We have one more live tutorial for free with one of the moving hats at 12 p.m. Pacific time, and we're going to give away prizes. It's the last day of the sale, so make sure you come back for that, so that way you have a chance to win something, learn something, have fun, and smile at the same time. I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Happy hooking! Until then, bye-bye!